Find functional hilarity at the Biffa Emporium. I don't know what to expect, but I'm already pissed the episode is too short. We starting with Voodoo. Oh Lord, she a hit woman. She cutting out hearts for money. Oh Lord, now they're doing a ritual on the husband. Oh, so Adina is the voodoo queen. Okay. Now that Marie Laveau is on 911. And Cordelia needs a meeting with Papa Legba. 100,000. Cash. Boom, 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 boom. Scary shimmy. Boom, boom. Scary shimmy. Boom, boom. Scary shimmy. What the hell is this Bubbles McGee and A Christmas to Dismember? Oh my God, this is a throwback to Joan Collins when she did Tales from the Crypt. She gonna murder her husband with a fire poker. Just watch. She didn't kill him with the poker, but they still got that white shag rug. And the daughter upstairs. Now she gonna check on the life insurance. Now that is the Santa Claus that strangled her to death in Tales from the Crypt. Heifer, why didn't you go out the window too? Oh, Joan Collins can read a mind. So Madison Montgomery walked in, and that's one of the reasons that Bubbles left the coven. So Bubbles has been summoned back to the coven. All hands on deck. They need Bubbles to read Ariel's mind so they can find out if he knows the truth about Michael and what he's plotting. Meanwhile, across town, we getting ready for Papa Leg with a little bit of bubble toil and trouble. So Cordelia get Papa Legba down there to ask him to open the gates of the underworld so she can trick Michael in there and then he'll be stuck. I don't know, if he was able to bring people back, he might be able to pop his own ass back too. Pull a Poppy Boo Boo. Oh my God, it's Nan! Hey Nan! Oh, he want all the witches' souls? Ooh, So it was a no deal for Cordelia, and I ain't mad at it. Adina says, you blew it. You blew it. You had one shot and you blew it. Now everybody did. Okay, so now we're at the Robichaux Academy, and the girls are dealing with the fact that Cordelia might pass because Michael Langdon's gonna be the Supreme. Coco comes down, and now she can tell how many calories is in something. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, we really getting a calorie counting montage. They happy for the heifer, but I'm fuckless. Coco choking. Mallory bringing her back with a little surgery. And that surgery spell blows them away. Meanwhile, Cordelia fading fast. So after some fake apologies for Myrtle, the Warlocks sit down for dinner with Myrtle and Bubbles. Oh, Bubbles picking up some conversation. So it's getting late, and the witches use a little magic to send the Warlocks off to bed. And Cordelia turned to Bubbles and says, girl, what you hear? She said, honey, they're gonna kill all of us. So they're gonna go tell Cordelia, and it's gonna be the War of the Witches. Michael, however, was mysteriously absent in the wilderness. Meanwhile, at the Robichaux Academy, everybody having a dinner, and behold, Chablis is there. Behold, Chablis. So Mallory's sad that Cordelia dying, and Cordelia like, I ain't dead yet, and this how the shit works, so drink up, heifer. So Behold is like, how we all casual when there's an antichrist on the loose? And Cordelia like, look, calm down. One night of merriment and enjoying each other ain't gonna kill nobody, and besides, this might be the last time we see each other. Let me tell you what I did 2 years ago. Damn, Delia burning her hand. Who did she bring back? Oh, she brought, Myrtle back. And I guess that's why, because of the apocalypse. All right, Delia said they armed and ready, and they gonna fire the first shot. Oh, they going to the gas station to bring back Cheyenne. They telling Mallory to heal a pile of ash. Supreme against Supreme. Seventh Wonder montage. They didn't need to do that. They could have just brought his ass back. The old-timey music, you could have kept it. Could have kept it. So Delia asked the annoying heifer, I need you to find this woman who's posing a danger to the coven. So we see Kathy Bates getting some meat at the market. She get in her car. This fool walk over to her car and says, I hope you like it hot, because where you're going, and get shot in the chesticus. Oh, but the witches got the drop on her. Meanwhile, at the Warlocks, they made a bleeding powder. It only kills women. Oh, they gonna get the witches like that. All but Delia walk in on them. Old treacherous asses. So they burning all three of them at the stake. The two Warlocks and Kathy Bates. John Henry show up more than happy to light that flame. Okay, Kathy, if you gonna do all this talking to the devil, why you looking up? Shouldn't you be looking down? Shouldn't you be saying, Father, you're king, like, cause it's down there? Lord, they just strutting away from that fire. Angela Bassett taught him how to do that walk. And that's where the shit ended. It was a good episode. Good. Excellent, amazing, magnifique. So I want to watch the next 2 episodes and be scared just like everybody else, so I'm going to watch them in the night, in the dark. Y'all gonna be mad. We can't see your expressions. Well, you can kind of see my expressions. You can see my teeth. So episode 5 starts off with the bent neck heifer appearing at the foot of Nell's bed, just a screaming. She get in her parents' bed and they trying to convince her it was a dream. But she like, She screamed so loud it hurt my ears. Wasn't nobody's Theo. So the next night she stays out on the couch because she like, that room haunted. Is the mama the heifer from the Mummy series? The mama give her her locket so she feel a little safe. Oh, she sleep down there with her. But the mama get off and tip off to bed, and old bent neck come back. Just a hover heifer. Yeah, and she got sleep paralysis. She can't move. So now Nell telling the sleep tech about her sleep issues, cause she gonna do a sleep study. Oh, the sleep technician asking her out. Oh no, he wasn't. He was just asking her for some shit for the study. But he asked out anyway. So time passes and they happy and she sees a New Year's proposal. Diamond ring in the champagne glass. Oh, he on the knee. And he helping the heifer out with her sleep paralysis now that they together. Cause bent neck is back. So now we at their wedding. They watching Cheryl realize they sister's a lesbian. Oh, God. Oh, this is a hoot. So they moving out to L.A. He starting a UCLA job. Oh, she see the ghost of her mama next to her pappy at her wedding. Mama in an appropriate dress and everything. So now, 8 months later, we got another sleep paral, bent neck biffa, back again. And so when her husband go to turn on the light, old bent neck get him. Bent his neck too. Now his ass is dead. And she can't move. And their bent neck, old bent neck. Now she gone. Gone like her man. Now she with her therapist talking about bent neck and her husband's death. And so Neil tell the doctor, look, I know that was bent neck that killed my man, but I don't expect you to believe it. But I know it. Bent. Now we back at the murder house. I'ma call it the murder house. Shit, people dying. Oh, the little heifer finds a tea set with a cup of stars. She show it to Heifer Dudley. And she says, oh, this belonged to one of the crazy heifers who used to live here but is now dead. Let's wash it out and you can play with it. So now they tearing down some wallpaper and they see Nell and wrote on the wall because it says Nell. But Nell like, I ain't write that shit. But the mama too stressed and freaked out to deal with it. She's like, look, just clean the shit up. So they pull back more of the wallpaper and see there's more of the message. It says, come home, Nell. Now we got more of Nell's life. She picking up Luke, taking him to the rehab, but he gets her to help him score one last time before he goes in. She don't want to do it, but he's like, no, this is how we do it. Oh, he owed the dealer money, so Nell got to buy it for him. Oh, God. This scene drags a little bit. He freebasing in the car. Not freebasing. Oh, now she see bent neck. So Nellie get home and flush all her pills. So now Nell at her therapist talking about going through withdrawal because her twin going through withdrawal. Now the doctor asking her how that Medi-K work. And she said, oh, it's working fine. You done threw that shit out, heifer. Okay, now we got her telling Theo about the freebasing. And Theo's like, that is not the way to help an addict, and she want to get all mad. But she asked Theo to her apartment because she wants to know, did the bent neck lady kill my husband? And she trying to get Theo to use her psychic powers, and Theo's a bit hesitant. Then she grabbed Theo, and Theo's like, I'm not a carnival trick. I don't feel anything. Leave me alone. And honestly, Theo, I don't see why you so damn agitated and irritated. Like, your sister's trying to figure out what happened to her husband. Try to help her figure out what happened. So now Theo bring up Cheryl, and Nell like, I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know if you want to do that. You got secrets from Cheryl like I got secrets from Cheryl. So Theo walk out on that. So Nell show up at Steven's book tour and cuss him out. Why you charging these people $30 a head to talk about something that you don't believe in? You don't believe in no ghosts. Ghostbuster. Episode 6 isn't that scary. I was getting ready for ooh, and I'm sitting here in the dark watching family fucking drama. I'm about to turn the lights on. So the brother let her know, look, heifer, this ain't the time or the place. Just because you on something new don't mean you get to fuck up our lives. Now she had her therapist talking about, I confronted my brother just like you told me to. He said, I didn't say nothing about confront. Are you sure you're on your meds? Because you should be down 2 notches. You up 3. The doctor looking at her and he's like, oh girl, you look strung out. You ain't on med to first. Oh, and he says, look, it always comes back to the house, and the house is just a house. So this heifer go home, looking at her wedding photo, drinking from her cup of stars. She got a new one, a mug. Wonder where they got that mug. That mug cute. This heifer done flown to Massachusetts and pulls up at the hotel where the family stayed after the night they fled the house. She looks at a pocket watch. So flashback to the night that all the shit happened. And Nell's telling everybody, look, we was having a tea party in the red room with who we thought was mommy, but that wasn't mommy. That wasn't mommy. So now instead of buttons for the family, Nell uses sugar packets, putting them out like solitaire cards to feel safe. That counting shit. And she falls asleep. Oh, paralysis setting in. Oh, instead of bent neck, she see her brother dead, hanging out on the ceiling. She always got a heifer hover. Hover, heifer, heifer, hover. Oh, and now the door handle jiggling. She can't move. Oh, and it turns into a flashback when the pappy give her the watch because, you know, he was gone so damn long. The pappy covered in blood. Oh, this episode is dragging, and I haven't been scared at all. At all. Watch this in shitty lighting for nothing. Now Nell waking up again. It's 2 p.m. She checked the ceiling. No, your brother still ain't there. She calls Steven, and this is when Steven is with Irene, so he don't take the call. Shirley was at work too. So Nell go to get some water. And who show up? The bent neck heifer. Lights be going out. Looks like a YouTube short horror film. Look, CTs. I'd run. Ah, there she is. Lord, I done been in the dark for a whole hour for a second and a half of scary. That heifer just popped down. She calls Steve back. She gets Steve's voicemail and Steve's like, hey, sorry I missed your call. Luke got his 90-day chip, and I'ma see you soon for something. I wish you well, Nellie. I wish you well. So Nell go on back to Hill House, saying it's just a carcass like that dumbass doctor. Girl, you wouldn't even take his meds, but you gonna use his slogan? Now she on the phone with the pappy, talking about, oh, I'm on my way to Stevens. She at the house, watching the house light the hell up. That shit was dark, and now it looks like a party. Oh, and the porch light flashed twice, which means come home. Remember that from the first episode? I remember. So she leaves the pocket watch on the dashboard after tapping it twice and heads into Hill House like a fool. A stone cold fool. So she walks into the house and it's restored to its former glory. Young Luke running about counting. Steven's playing hide and seek with him. Everyone's so happy to see Nellie. The pappy come downstairs. Oh, there you are. Where have you been? Alive. Lord, Heifer, you needed to be on your meds to recognize this is some bull. You should have run screaming. You see her in real life just being led by an invisible hand, walking through a dilapidated mansion. Grey Gardens tease. Oh, and there's the mama writing, come home now. Oh no, welcome home now. Welcome home, come home, whatever. So the ghosts play with her mind for a good 5 minutes. We got weddings, we got dancing, family joy, and then it's time for her ass to wake up, and she gets pushed off the ledge getting hung. And she's the damn bent neck lady. She her own ghost. It be your own spirit. She was the damn bent neck lady. I can't fuck with it. That was a plot twist for your ass. You the ghost. You the ghost. And the way they did Nell dropping from that rope, and every time she hit a little platform, it was a younger iteration of herself, and she was trying to warn herself, don't go back to that house. If there are any white women in the comments, can you explain why y'all do this and why you vote against your own interests? I would love to know. I'm fascinated. This heifer been scaring the shit out herself for years. Oh, so the husband did have an aneurysm. She ain't gonna kill her own husband. And that's where that episode ends. Okay, let's see if this next episode is any scarier. We open with Cheryl fussing with the body. They're giving us a lot of funeral culture tease. Theo's like, look, she looked great and all. You did a great job, but the heifer looked dead. She don't look sleep, she looked dead. I don't know why they say people look sleep when they look dead. And Cheryl says, well, you know, everything people say at a funeral is a wish. They're smiling down on us. They're in a better place, yada, yada, blah, 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 wish. And Theo is drinking like a fish. The food's coming in, and I guess this is the night of the wake. So Luke and Steven show up, and they're like, oh, he's not giving addict tease. Luke can't bring himself to go into the room with the body. So now Steven letting the family know, oh yeah, me and my wife are on a break. Separate. So Luke finally go up to the body. Steven go with him, but then Steven freak out. Child, so much family drama in this episode. And so few fucks. I hate to say so few fucks, but I gotta tell the truth. Okay, now Steven's seeing Nell's ghost by the coffin. But he's like, come on now, get it together. Get it together. Oh, she getting closer. This is why we're in the dark. I want to give you scared shimmy. Now Cheryl like, Dad was in coach. You know how parents are. Parents insist on dumb shit like that. I mean, not mine, but some. The doorbell rings, and who could it be? It's the pappy. Okay, so the pappy going to look at the body, and he sees his little girl. Oh, God. Everybody in the room looking at the coffin, and Nell in the back just, I'm turning the lights on. The pappy walking around the funeral home getting lost. I opened the curtains. I didn't put my light on. I was like, I can do natural light, but I don't feel like looking at that damn light all the time. And I don't look at it, but it's just, after like a few hours, you're like, okay, I'm done now. I'm sick of this. But sunlight, I love sunlight. But child, I was trying to get my horror on, and it's like a drama with a little bit of horror in there. They need to pick up the pace. Getting sick of you. Now the pappy back in Hill House. And the chandelier hits the ground like a stone. You know, now I see why they don't have black people in these movies. The shit wouldn't be realistic. Child, we'd have been at an Airbnb 4 episodes ago. Having salad and melon talking about, that house was haunted. Sure was, honey. Sure was. It just would have been showing the house, ghosts walking around. Where'd they go? Now we got a hailstorm, busting windows. So Nell's scared during the storm, and she's seeing bent neck. And the mama like, look, sometimes I see ghosts too. The pappy come back with some flashlights. So Nell done disappeared right out of Theo's hand. Now they running around looking for Nell. So now we back at the funeral telling family stories about the Aunt Janet they did not like. Then again, Aunt Janet got to deal with 5 children that ain't hers. I might be in a mood too. Now we get the pappy talking about Nell's personality, how she never asked for anything for herself, but only gifts for her siblings, blah, blah, blah. Get to the fright. Cheryl mad. She like, shit, I went through this with my mammy. Now the writer yelling at his pappy saying, it's your fault because you didn't tell our sister she was crazy. You let her believe the Hill House bullshit. Now Cheryl mad about the book. Theo drunk. Now Theo says, I took the money and got my doctorate. I'm still getting royalties. Theo said, you dictated to me what I was going to do with my life and my coin. Now the husband say, look, honey, we had to take some of the money too. That's what that secret account was. You giving out funerals left and right. We can't afford it. We ain't in the black, we're in the whack. Whack! And now you're embarrassed at your own tantrum. Ah! So Cheryl kick her sister out the guest house. She like, do I really have to move out? Yes, heifer. Honestly, you need your own place. Oh, somebody done put buttons on Nellie's eyes. Oh, now the lights went out. Oh, the pappy see bent neck. Flashback to that storm night when they looking for Nell at the murder house. Okay, you see the ghost of the old lady hanging out on the bed while the mama looking for Nell. Doorknob shimmy, doorknob shimmy. Oh! And now we got a ghost child in a wheelchair just rolling out. Tipped his head with a howdy-do. Now the husband looking for Liv. She done dropped her flashlight. I would have dropped a deuce at that wheelchair baby. Oh, now she down the hallway giving sleepwalker tease. This heifer done vanished. First she's over here, then she's over there. Windows is breaking, the husband's shaking, and now we done found the heifer. She's in the middle of the hallway, confused. The heifer got issues. So the pappy kind of dances around the ghost issue with Luke. Stephen overhears him and is like, look, I want to hear about it. I want to know the truth. So the pappy says, look, all right, Nell ain't kill herself, the house killed her. And Steve, you've never understood Hill House. But he don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that. He said, my problem is that the wrong parent died. At this moment, one of the legs of the coffin stand pops, and Nell's like, ah. Now all the lights come back on. Ah, shit. Sheldon walked in on the husband and Theo. Theo? With a man? With a penis? No, that must have been some kind of mistake. Who this ghost Theo keeps seeing? I mean Shirley. Who this ghost Shirley keeps seeing? Okay, so we close the episode out with them finding Nell in the great room, and she's like, nobody could see me, nobody could hear me. And now she the bent neck heifer at her funeral, and nobody can see or hear her. Aw, she looked like a sad ghost. Well, those were episodes 5 and 6. So, as my mugs say, tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate to head over to the Biffa Emporium for a cute collection of hoodies and mugs. Link below.